everybody. We are back for round 2 of interviewing on motherhood. This is Krissy and Zephaniah. We call him Zeph. And so I just want to hear from Krissy today, the same thing, on what's been a joy in motherhood and what's been a struggle or a challenge. How could this be a challenge? Look at this guy.
Those looks are deceiving.
You hear that?
So joys. There's a lot of joys, and I think that like something that me and Eric were experiencing like early on was, you want down to play? Yeah. Was just that we've never ever even felt that our heart could have the capacity of joy, like the way that we felt. Our heart is just like the depth of joy. We never knew we could experience that, like the Father's love.
Yep.
And like I would just be with him and get these crazy revelations of love that God has for us, and just like I would just be blown away. And I couldn't even imagine that my heart could ever hold this capacity of love that I've never even been in contact before, you know? Yep. And so I think just being like, just realizing that God's heart for us on earth is to experience him and to become more like him. And like I think that having children is almost a necessity to be able to get connected to God's heart in that way. Like I would think it was an extreme detriment for my life and becoming the likeness of Christ if I didn't have this child, because I'm experiencing such a revelation of all this that I would have never even known if I didn't have Zeph. And so just being connected more to God has been such a blessing for our family. And also, I mean, there's just like the day-to-day stuff where he's just like hilarious.
Yeah, kid is funny.
Yeah, and he's just so fun, and I don't know, I think he's added to our life. Like I think the world's perspective is always, like, kids, don't have kids, like wait 5 years, like have you time, all about you time. And I feel like if we would have waited any longer than we did, I would have been so bummed out, because Zeph is only added to our lives. You know, he hasn't taken from us. And like Eric and I feel so much more connected. Our marriage has been so much more like intimate and blessed.
All right, let's talk about the challenge, the struggle.
Challenges, yeah.
What's been I know there's been a few, but a struggle or challenge?
A struggle. I mean, there's been some very obvious ones that we experienced earlier just with his health and things like that. Yep. But I think, honestly, the craziest struggle has been like loving so much, something so much, and knowing that he's not fully yours, you know? And like,
it's really good.
I don't know, it's just like, I remember when I was pregnant, there was this one song, worship song right before I was due that came on, and God told me to like touch my belly and like sing it like back to Jesus. And it was that song that says like, I belong to you, I belong to you. But he said like, sing it as like, you know, your child belongs to me. Like he doesn't belong to you, he belongs to me. Like he's fully mine. And like God's just given him to us to steward him and to love him well, and to like release him into the world as like, you know, an ambassador of Christ. And so just knowing, like, constantly being in that position of like releasing him back to Jesus, you know, and that's super hard. That's super hard, because we love him so much, and we just realize, you know, on the very small level, like when he falls, or like when we were having struggles with his health, just like weeping over the fact that, like, you know, we don't have this crazy control over like how perfectly safe we can keep him and how close we can keep him to us, or even, you know, predicting his whole life with Jesus and the success of what that will look like. Like, we just have to trust in our God and believe that he's fully protected and loved, you know? So I think that's definitely the hardest thing, is surrendering him to Jesus always. So.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, I think that's why both of us have dedicated our babies.
Yeah.
And just giving them to the Lord, realizing at the end of the day, they really do belong to Jesus.
Yeah, it's a stamp.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, hopefully you guys were encouraged out there. You have a wonderful day.